this video, we shall be looking at fractions and ratios. Fraction and ratios. Here, you'll be able to apply what you learned under fraction in JSS 1. So, fractions, let's look at the revision on fractions. In your junior secondary school 1, we discussed the concept of fractions, that a fraction then was defined as a part of a whole. That is, when you divide a whole into equal parts, then each part is called a fraction. Example, if you look at this diagram, I have a whole circle divided into 4 equal parts. Then one part of it was shaded. That means I have 1/4. That's 1/4. Can you remember that? Also, we discussed that a fraction consists of 2 numbers, one on top and the other at the bottom. We said the upper number is called the numerator and the lower number, which is the denominator. And we said that the denominator must not be equal to 0. That is, our denominator must be a whole number from 1 to e.g. we have 2/3 as a fraction, 3/5 and 1/6, etc., etc. So what is ratio? Ratio is a way of comparison. That is, when we talk about ratio, we compare the magnitude of 2 quantities or things. For example, Bola wants to share some amount of money between Ben and Amadu, according to their age. So, let's say Ben is 2 years and Amadu is 3 years. Here we say the age is in the ratio 2 to 3, which can also be written as 2:3. Can you see? So the symbol for ratio is the double dot. Can you see that? Okay, so let's look at an example. Example says, express the following in ratio. 1. Ade is 4 years and Tola is 7 years old. 2. Tade scored 5 and Ahmed scored 8. So how do we represent these 2 examples in ratio? So solution. So we say Ade is 4 years and Tola is 7 years. How do we represent this in ratio? We say 4 to 7, which can also be written as 4:7. Do you see that? Also number 2, we say Tade scored 5 and Ahmed scored 8. You can represent this as 5 to 8 and also as 5:8. Can you see that? Also, let me bring to your notice that there are different ways of writing ratios. The first one is you write it as 1 to 2 as an example. Then the second is you write it with ratio symbol, that's 1:2. And the third is 1/2. Do you see that? Note that ratios can also be written as fractions. That is why we have 1/2. So if I have 1/2, 3/4, it is also 1:2 and 3/4 respectively. Also note that ratios can be reduced to their lowest terms, just as we did in fractions in JSS 1. For example, reduce the following ratios to their lowest terms. I have 1:2:1, 2 ratio of 5 kg to 25 kg, and so how do we do this? Solution, 2:4. 2:4 can be reduced. So if I say 2 here 1, 2 here 2, so I have it to be equals to 1:2. Also, 5 kg ratio 25 kg. can also be written as 5:25. So 5 can go here 1, 5 can go here 5. So I have the answer to be 1:5.